Hello, 8th grade class. I have Eli Whitney as my industrial revolutionary, and I am going to speak about him in the next couple of minutes. So, who was Eli? Eli Whitney Jr. was an American inventor widely known for inventing the cotton gin, one of the key inventions of the Industrial Revolution, and it shaped the economy of the South. So, around the 1800s, they could only export around 70 million pounds, and by 1860, they could export around 2 billion pounds of cotton. So that's how much time it saved. And some other background knowledge. Whitney was born in Westborough, Massachusetts on December 8th in the year 1765, making him the oldest amongst his siblings. Now, some of his inventions. So the cotton gin is what he is most known for. So the cotton gin, what does it do? Well, it quickly removes seeds from the cotton, enabling much greater productivity than the manual cotton separation. Cotton was very sticky, especially by the seeds, so this just kind of removed the seeds. And it was invented in Georgia 1793. When Eli was visiting Georgia, he saw how time consuming and how messy it was, and he thought, you know what, I bet I could make this better. And he did. So it decreased labor, but it increased slaves because there was a much higher demand. So, I mean, that's the only con about this, pretty much. And also, the cotton gin worked by using a combination of wire screen and small wire hooks to pull the cotton through, while brushes continuously remove the loose cotton to prevent jams. So the small wire hooks, so how you operate this is you crank this handle, which spins all these little teeth on this cylinder shaped, I guess, cylinder that just sort of weaves it through and then brings all the seed out into one box and then brings all the cotton out to the other box. It's just a great separation machine is what it does. Now, let's move on to his other inventions. So, interchangeable parts. The idea/invention was invented in New Haven, Connecticut, aka where he lived, in 1797. It made all the parts of a gun, or, well, most typically a gun, identical so it'd be easier to repair and make. Milling, it's a machine designed to cut or shape small metal using a rotating tool. This little rotating tool. So it made the production of tools way more efficient. It was also invented in New Haven, Connecticut in 1818. And so it was invented when he didn't like that machinists, as they were called, were very high skilled. So that means there was a very low quantity of them. So its main idea was to reduce filing and intricate shapes. So, like, very little tools or very little components of a machine. So, think of a bolt. It'd be much harder to file a bolt than just to use this. And so that allowed a lot more workers of low skill to work as machinists than just very little high skilled workers. So, it's safe to say that Eli Whitney greatly reduced the amount of time spent and money spent and even energy spent on these three I'm about to say iconic, but I'm not going to say everyone knows what these are. The interchangeable parts, that's probably the most that we use today. And so yeah, that was Eli, and thanks for listening to my presentation.